Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Bankers Help series. Now in this video, I will discuss another query of our fellow banker which goes like this. Dear sir, I am working in a public sector bank. On daily basis, one of the officer gives me a list containing account numbers to do PMJJBY, PMSBY and APY without customer's consent. When I am denying to do, he or she gets angry on me and forces to do so. They targeted me and are giving more and more work deliberately, and because of this I have to sit late in branch. I am also living far from branch, so I am feeling very harassed and depressed. Please suggest what to do. Then another similar query I received goes like this. Dear sir, bank is making us debit customer's account without any mandate given by the customer for PMSBY, PMJJBY on a large scale. Is this fair by any means, and what to do? Now friends, if you are a public sector banker, then you must have gone through similar situation. Being public sector bank, it's the duty as well as target to implement such schemes. Though the intent of these schemes is very good, that is providing insurance to the poor at affordable cost, but unfortunately top management in many banks is taking wrong paths, or I should say unethical ways to implement such schemes. And the perfect example of this you can see in the query posted by fellow bankers. So the first question here comes, is this correct to do PMJJBY, PMSBY and APY without customer's consent? Well, without any doubt, you will say no, it's not correct. The customer's consent is must in any case. Then friends, next comes the emotional part. Should we do this with pressure from officer or BM or ZM? Well friends, this is really tricky. Now on one hand, you have to maintain a good relationship with staff officer or BM or ZM, but on the other hand, your gut is not agreeing to these APYs, PMSBYs without customer's consent, isn't it? And the situation becomes more tricky if you are posted in your home zone or home branch. Being a banker, home posting or home zone is really what we all die for. So if you don't surrender to peer pressure, then your bosses may hand you with a transfer letter. And in rest of the other cases, your ZM or BM or officer may target you with extra work as we have seen in the query of our fellow banker. He is being targeted for saying no, and this makes him sit late at branch. So you can see saying no has a huge repercussions. Then we move on to the next big question. That is, what are the repercussions of doing all these APYs, PMSBYs, PMJJBYs without customer's consent? Now friends, the first problem arises when the customer sees their amount debited. He will run straight to you and starts arguing with you. And if the customer happens to be knowledgeable, then he may also ask for his consent letter. And lastly, if the customer is super knowledgeable, he may even complain to banking ombudsman, and this is a big problem for you. So you are left with no option but to compensate the customer out of your pocket. Then second problem arises when the customer actually dies. And his nominee checks the insurance and he comes to you for the claim. Now when you don't even have consent form, how will you send the documents for the claim? Obviously you will forge a form with forged signatures. Now this is again unethical and also very risky for you. So friends, you can see repercussions are huge here. Friends, finally we come to what you should do as a banker here. So friends, the first thing that you should remember in banking is to always save your neck first. Since risk is huge in this sector, so you should always do the work in such a way that you are saved in case anything goes wrong. And the best way to do is to always do the work ethically. Please note, if you have malign intentions and you think that I can save myself, then one day or the other you will definitely get trapped. I have seen many bankers fall in their trap themselves. But I have also seen many good bankers with good ethics and thoughts also fall in trap because of those irresponsible bankers with bad intentions or with casual approaches. And applying APY, PMSBY, PMJJBY without consent simply on the basis of someone giving you account numbers is nothing but unethical way or casual approach of your boss only. The fellow banker who sent this query is definitely trying to work with good ethics, but the officer here is working very casually. So this may lead to severe issues in future when customer will notice the debit entry. So how to save your neck in this situation? Friends, first of all, you should try for measures that will not affect the relationship with fellow staff members or zonal office. For this, you should target the newly open accounts. Always try to persuade the new account holders to get this policy. Since they are new, so they are more inclined or vulnerable to accept that policy, at least for first year. Now, I used to keep the form of PMSBY or PMJJBY along with account opening set, and always ask the staff member to tell the customer in advance that these accounts come with 2 lakh insurance cover. So as you can see, these are small marketing tricks that you can also use here and there. But the thing is, always make the customers aware about this premium and that the form they are signing is basically an insurance form, so that there are no issues later on. Now, another ethical way that you can use if there is huge pressure on you from your branch manager for this insurance scheme is, on one holiday, you can do a field visit without the knowledge of your BM and then collect 40-50 consent forms or whatever you can manage and then keep them with yourself. And in next few days, start entering 5-6 forms daily. Now, this strategy is pretty effective in rural or semi-urban areas. Fortunately, in these areas, bankers still have respect, and if you approach some Gram Pradhan or any Parshad or any person of influence, then you can easily collect those consent forms. Please note, your focus must be on getting the consent forms at least for 1 year and not what will happen after that. Now, I personally adopted this strategy. At that time, I was BM of a rural branch, and one fine evening, I also received a call from my zonal head to comply all saving accounts with these insurance schemes within 3 days. Now, I also heard from my friends in other zones that their zonal heads have instructed the BMs to pick binder by binder of saving accounts and start entering all those accounts with these insurance products. But I decided to have consent form first and took my daily wage helper in 5 villages and met some influential people. And by evening, I almost had 250 consent forms. Then in next 1 week, I just entered 30-40 forms daily in the system. Yes, zonal office do said that these are very less, but this is what we have to absorb. Just ensure that you are not giving zero figures. Friends, please remember, in banking, especially in public sector banks, never run for numbers. I could have entered these 250 consent forms in a single day, but I choose to enter them in a staggered manner. So for you also, just collect the consent forms and keep them with you and then enter judiciously. Normally, targets set by top management are almost close to impossible to achieve. They also set the targets by assuming that branches at least will achieve 50% of these. So it's very important for you to not go for your boss pleasing tactics. Top management will never get pleased. You may please them once, but not every time. So you should never take criticism by heart and learn to accept criticism. Also, never say no to any target. Always say yes, we can do it. But always do the work ethically here. Now next, friends, if both these approaches don't work, then what to do? Well, then the situations become tricky here. Now if you are an officer, then you have to clearly tell your BM that you can't do these APYs or PMSBYs without customer's consent. If he still persists, then first give him the previously discussed 2 solutions. Most of what I have seen, managers are not competent enough. I once worked under a manager who didn't even know how to fill closing returns. Then there was another manager who used to be on leave, especially during closing period, with one medical reason or the other. So as you can see, sometimes you do need to tell your superiors what they need to do. Now generally in such case, the manager will put the responsibility on you to collect the consent form and ask you to go to field for collection. So as you can see, this way you can collect the consent forms, but again don't disclose the actual figures of the consent forms. Enter in system as per your choice. Next, friends, if your BM is still not listening and still forcibly asking you to enter APYs, PMSBYs without consent, then you should take a clear stand without thinking about repercussions. Clearly tell the PM that, sir, I can't enter without any consent form. And with due respect, if you still want, then I can enter from other staff member's ID and you please verify or authorize from your ID. Or you can open your ID in my system. I will myself do the verification here. Yes, friends, this may sound a bit rude, but you have to take a stand if none of the previously discussed options work. But frankly, many things work out easily with previously discussed strategies. It's very rare that we have to push the things this further. Actually, some managers' hands start shaking after a call from zonal head, and that pressure they pass on to their staff members. So always think like this. It's the pressure of your zonal head only which is being passed on to you. And zonal heads are also getting pressure from their heads. So the fault is not there as well. Fact of the matter is that branch people are at the end of this chain. So ultimately they have to face the music. So friends, if your BM is not listening to any of your suggestions or not satisfied with number of forms entered, then you just have to say big no to the forms without customers' consent. For managers, it's very easy to send a daily wage helper to customer's place and collect 40-50 forms in a day, especially in rural or semi-urban areas. And after this, they can simply enter in system in a staggered manner and thereby keeping the zonal head silent for a week. Now friends, in the query given, the banker says that he is being targeted specifically at the branch with more work and have to sit late in branch. Now to counter this situation, I will just share my personal experience which happened in one of my urban branches. I was new to banking at that time. I think it was 2-3 years only since I joined the bank. Now I noticed that I am being targeted with more work. Maybe staff or BM noticed that I generally complete my desk work by 5 PM and my typing speed was pretty good as well. So slowly I noticed that I was given more work like opening of loan accounts as well. Since I was given the admin work and there was a separate advances section, so doing loan proposals and opening the loan accounts in the system came as a surprise to me. And as the time progressed, I was also given the day-end activities as well. And due to this, I used to be at branch till 8:30 or 9 PM. Since BM and especially advances officer were late sitters. I don't know what happens to them, but their work usually started after 4 PM. And all these things made me depressed because from start I believed in finishing work in allotted time only and then enjoy the remaining time and recharge for next day. So I had to counter this situation. To do this, I simply slowed down myself. I slowed to such a level that work on my table was not finished even till 9 PM. It happened on one day, then 2 days, and like this it went for around 10 days. Staff members and especially manager were surprised to see how branch was closing by 9:30 or 10 PM. And daily there was call from data center, that is IT cell, asking when you are going to do your day end. We also have to go to our home. Kindly ensure to mark the day end by 10 PM positively. Now friends, slowly BM himself started distributing the work and other staff members also starting doing the work timely. Because friends, no matter what, after 9:30 or 10 PM, even best of the best BMs or officers who are habitual sitters can't sit in the branch. So to the banker who have asked the query, I would just say, if branch staff is genuinely targeting you, then you can just follow this strategy. That is intentionally slowing down yourself. And last but not the least, always think about extreme in any situation. Just think about what bad can happen here. Now in your case, if you are saying no, as you have said, you are being targeted with late sitting, extra work or even calling on Sundays. Now if you still maintain your current position, that is saying no to the non-consent forms. Now if you still say no, then what can happen? Well, then your BM may complain to his zonal office and then you may get transferred from this branch or maybe to a remote branch. But think this situation like this, that is, this will change your working conditions and you will be under another manager who might not be taking so much stress and you will be also go into lesser strain. Hence in banking, never get afraid of transfers. People who are not afraid of transfers work without fear and hence they work with their ethics. Now in that urban branch where I was posted, I always thought like this, that I am already 1000 kilometers away from my home. So 100 to 100 kilometers here and there won't matter much to me now. So transfer me anywhere. But I will work with my ethics and integrity. Now my friend in the query, you are already getting intentionally late. So make other staff members more late here. So just slow yourself down and then see what happens. Let them pile you with extra work. For few weeks, just forget about the time issue. Your staff member already know that you want to leave early and anyhow you will finish the work fast. But change your strategy for few weeks. Show that you are at calm and not in hurry. If they are making you sit till 7, then you also make them sit till 9. And hopefully within few days or weeks, the things will get back to normal. First try to resolve the issues ethically since it's always good to maintain healthy relation with staff. And after that, if things not go fine, then just tweak your strategies to stricter ones. So friends, I won't stress this video more, so please take positives only from this video and work with your ethics and integrity. Now if you also have any issues, please mail your query to this email address. So thank you, and I will meet you again in another session.